You ready? We're about to get back. You back on?
We on.
We are live. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. We're brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We're actually partying over here, huh? We got some people. We got some music. Coach Mainieri is back on the stage. Thanks for coming, Coach.
How are you?
I'm good. How's the arm? How's the arm?
I was just telling you, after throwing batting practice to you the other day, I couldn't hardly raise my arm for the last 2 days. So I had to get it loose again to make sure that
How'd you do it? Did you do some brand work, some ice and stuff?
I got on the treadmill. I ran a couple of miles,
Sweat
get the
it
blood
out.
flowing.
Couple miles?
What are you acting so surprised about?
I can't run a couple miles.
Yes, you
Hey, you can do a couple miles on the golf course if you want.
Hey, yeah, how's the golf swing?
Golf swing's okay.
Hole in one, congratulations.
Oh.
You got a hole in one?
Two hole in
holes
one.
in one.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So listen to this. I had a hole in one in New Orleans at City Park when I was playing golf with my daughter Alex. Then I got a second hole in one at University Club on my daughter Alex's birthday.
Wow.
So it's got
Put her on the bag.
It has to do something with her.
Yeah, she has a caddy for you now.
Something.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, she'd probably be on the tour.
Hey, let me tell you something, Mikey, okay? My goal when I retired from coaching and took up golf was to take my golf game from horrible to mediocre. And that's where I am right now.
Hey, there you go.
Very
Let's go.
mediocre golfer, but
Relatively short.
Once in a while, a blind squirrel can find an acorn, and that's what the hole in one's
That's
for.
it. Twice. You
Two of them.
found it twice, though. Blind score found it twice. But
Pretty awesome.
what is? I've never. I mean, I'm not anywhere. You're way better at golf than me. I've been avoiding playing with you because of that. I don't want you to rub it in my face.
Hey, so I played golf with Kramer Robertson twice.
How's he?
He's not bad.
Okay.
But you know I couldn't let him beat me.
Right.
So, you know what? His mother, if you didn't know, his mother is Kim Mulkey.
I've never heard that, actually.
never
I've never heard that.
of it.
So they had a big coaches committee meeting, and Kim Mulkey announces to however big their crowd was at their booster club how I had kicked Kramer's ass in the golf course that afternoon, right? But you know what that son of a gun did to me? He got me back. He planted a fake snake next to the golf cart. So when we came off the 14th green and I come around the cart, there's a fake snake waiting for me.
Did you freak out?
Did I freak out? I about jumped out of my skin. And he's unbeknownst to me, he's videoing it the whole time.
Can I get the video? Can we
Yeah,
post?
you can get it.
I
I'm
need
gonna
to see
post
this.
all over. I'm just joking. I'm just
I need to
joking. I'm just joking. I'm not gonna post that. But I do want to see it.
My wife thought I was the biggest wimp, you know.
Shout out to Miss Karen in the stands.
Oh,
Miss Karen. I miss you.
Yes, we need it. We need that video. We need it on the screen up here. We need it on the screen.
Looking for the video.
I should never have
love
said
that.
that.
I love that.
She just under the bus.
Hey, being newly married, I understand that if there's something that my wife can hold to embarrass me about something, she's gonna do it. So I get it.
That's love.
So
That's love. That's love.
Right?
That's
So
all I love.
it was the 15th hole, excuse me, and the 15th hole
Well, you made
is
so many, Coach.
tough
The
hole.
worst.
Yeah, the
My
green
least
is
favorite.
elevated. You can't hold the green right. Kramer birdies it, and I parred the hole. So I'm like really fired up walking off the green, right? Going back to
Wow,
the golf
Kramer
cart. I'm
birdied
like,
it.
Kramer, that was awesome. And I take my eye off him. As I'm getting closer to the golf cart, I don't know that he's videoing me. I come around the golf cart, and that snake has its mouth open, you know, like it's ready to strike. Oh, man. I jumped back about 10 feet. I screamed.
I was dangling it from the cart.
No, I was laying on the ground right by where I would step into the cart on the driver's
Oh
side.
man, that's awesome. That's
I
messed up
started
by him.
chasing him with my
that's
putter.
that's messed up by him.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That wasn't fair.
Actually.
So anyway, I had to kick his ass on the golf
Yeah.
course.
That's good. You got it back. You should have
good.
taken some of his money.
I know.
You
I
should have
should.
made him
That's what-
walk.
yeah,
You
that's
should
what
have
you
took the
really
golf cart.
Yeah, you should have made him walk the rest of the course. You ain't riding the golf cart with me no more.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, yeah, true. Good point. All right, so it's opening day, and we were talking, LSU stories, opening day stories. I actually told a story about my first day at practice when it was Anthony didn't think that I ever played the outfield because you're behind me and you're in my ear, putting a lot of pressure on me, and I folded my first day.
You grew from that day.
I did.
I told him, I was like, I felt so
did,
bad,
but-
though. I felt like I kicked him when he was down and was like, oh, you never played outfield before?
Said that to him.
Yeah.
100%.
And I was like,
I thought I was being a good leader.
Watching the way he was playing, I would have assumed the same thing.
Exactly.
Swimming in his dog.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well,
But
you know that was my style.
That's it.
If you could handle the pressure I put on
That
you
was
in
it.
practice,
And then you called me that
in
night?
front of 25,000 in Omaha, right?
and what happened? Pace hit in the 10th. On the 10th
So what
inning.
happened? I called you that night.
You called me that. No, you called me that night, and you said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that you had a great day of practice." And you told me that exact same thing. I want to put pressure on you so that you understand that when you get in this big moment in Omaha, you are able and you're equipped to be able to handle this pressure, because the pressure of me behind you is not anything compared to what's going to happen in the outfield or in Omaha when you're hitting. And sure enough, in the first game against Texas, I had 3 strikeouts and I hit into a double play and ended up getting the game winner. So it worked out.
I almost accused him of being humble and not bringing up the point that he drove in the winning run. Okay,
No, I stuck that in there.
He slipped it in there.
I stuck
Did you
that in
notice
there.
that, Ann?
Coach, I'm in
Yeah.
the media now. I gotta pump myself out there a little bit. But
Self-deprecating first and then hit him.
Exactly.
It was perfect. Yeah, it was
Exactly.
perfect. He's got
As
it.
you know, Anthony, the truth of the matter is I'm sitting between the 2 heroes. You know, Jared Mitchell got the most outstanding player award, but I think they should
He's all
have
right.
taken that trophy and split it up 4 ways between Jared, Mikie, Anthony, and
And
DJ.
you.
And you.
And DJ LeMahieu.
and DJ,
okay?
no doubt. We
You heard
actually
that, Jared?
talked-
We're
Yeah,
co-
you
we're
heard
co-
that?
I
You gotta
just-
cut your trophy in 4s.
We're quarter mops now.
You're your most valuable player.
Hey, that trophy came to the office about 2 months later. It came in a crate. As I thought it was a refrigerator.
You gotta
in
get a
this
crowbar
crate.
to open it up?
Yeah, we had a crowbar. I'm like,
Fragile.
what in the world is this, right? And it's Jared's most outstanding trophy. And I called him. He was away in pro ball. And I said, hey, Jared, the trophy arrived. However, they made a mistake. They put DJ LeMahieu's name on it.
That's awesome. That's great. Okay, so that fact that it's opening weekend, what are your, like, as a coach, like, what is your preparation? What is your message to the teams? I know you've told us, you know, especially playing a northern team, they're excited to be here. They've been playing inside for 3 months. You know, this weather is summer to them. But what is your preparation as a coach, and what are you looking to get out of your team for the first weekend of the series?
So, Mikey, as a coach, I had 39 opening days. Okay?
That's a few.
Yeah, a few.
That's a few.
And I sat in Jay Johnson's office Monday morning for about an hour, and we talked about a bunch of stuff. And I said, I don't mean to make you nervous, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I was more nervous every year about opening day than I was coaching in a national championship game. It's the unknown that
Right.
really makes you nervous. You're not into the flow of the season. Your players, you know they're going to press. They all want to do so
Good
well.
hands.
Yeah. You're acting surprised. What's the matter?
Diet.
They all want to do well. They all think if they don't get a hit their first time at bat, it's going to be a bad year. If they don't get 4 hits, if the pitcher doesn't strike out every batter, you know. And everybody's uptight because in college baseball, you don't get to play against any exhibition games against other
Right.
teams. The only thing you can do is play intra-squad scrimmages. So it's one thing to be facing your friend. It's another thing to be facing a guy in a different color uniform. So I was always so nervous. Like, I always felt like we had the team so prepared, and then all of a sudden the bright lights go on, and there's a new team over there, and everybody goes, oh my gosh, this is for real. You know, there's 12,000 people in the stands. Fortunately, in my 15 years at LSU, we never lost opening night. You know, we won the game.
Centenary was the closest one, right? Or freshman
We
year?
had a few close ones.
Yeah.
No pressure, Jay.
One year against Notre Dame, Josh Smith hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 8th inning to give us our first lead of the game, and we held on in the 9th.
Bottom of the 8th?
Bottom of the 8th.
That had to be a special weekend for you, though.
We
Yeah.
lost the next 2 games. We almost got
Yeah.
swept at home.
I remember. That had to be
Yeah.
a special weekend for you, though. Sorta.
It was, you know what, I thought it would be, but when you get out there, you just want to beat the other team,
Right,
Mikey,
right.
you know. And then the other game, I think it was Indiana when we had to go extra innings and we won. But we won every opening game in my 15 years, and I was really proud of that. And the difference playing game 2 between game 1 and game 2 was enormous. Like by game 2, by game 3, you felt like you're into the flow of the season,
Right.
you know. And the guys played more relaxed, and they all played well, you know. But that opening night just was so nervous. When we played in the national championship round, I knew what we were going to get out of our team. You know, we'd already played 67 games
Right.
or something, you know. So I knew what we were going to do. I knew we were going to go out and whip Texas's ass, you know.
That's what we
There's no
did.
doubt in my mind about it.
Took a little longer than we thought, but we did it.
right.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't for that rain delaying the second game, we'd have beat them in 2. I really
doubt.
believe that.
Yeah.
No doubt. That first game was hot.
Hot.
I didn't get an IV.
Oh my God.
Hot.
Yeah.
It was the hottest I've ever been in my life.
Me too.
Wasn't
I mean,
that? It was so hot that night.
I still talk to fans that were there at Omaha, and they're like, first game in Texas was the hottest I've ever been in watching any baseball game in my life.
I don't ever remember a day in my life being hotter on the
Yeah.
baseball field or
Yeah.
not. You had to move around to create wind so you could breathe.
Yeah, right.
Remember
Right.
that?
Yeah.
Micah and you, didn't you have
I
an
had
IV
an
during
IV,
the
yeah.
game? Micah Gibbs had an IV during the game. Our most valuable player that night was Bo Lowry.
No doubt.
He was
yeah.
keeping
Bo, shout out to
everybody
Bo. He's back
going.
here.
That guy was, yeah.
He's back at LSU.
Our
Shout out
trainer.
to Bo.
Yeah, he's back as the football trainer
Yeah.
now. Yeah, Bo Lowry, best trainer in the world, and he did a phenomenal job getting
I'm
our
going to blame
guys
the
ready.
3 strikeouts on me being overheated until I got the IV. That's all I'm going to blame
Yeah, when you
that.
got your IV, everything
Yeah,
was
that's
good.
it. We're
yeah.
all good.
But he talks about the 3 strikeouts and hitting into a double play. Did he tell you about his first hit of the night?
I hadn't mentioned that one. The
Hey.
one that was in
He had 2 strikes on him, and it was like a check swing, and the ball blooped over the first baseman's head.
other batter's box.
And you'd have thought he hit a grand slam. He was so excited.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, that's it. Just
go.
get me on the scorebook, baby. Get me in there. Get me in the box scored. Base hit.
It's a line drive in the
That's
score
it.
box. dude.
That's it.
But then the truth of the matter is, was it the 11th or 12th inning?
I think it was the 11th.
11th inning. Mikey comes up against a future major leaguer, your friend, Workman.
Your teammate.
Workman,
Yeah. And this kid had a really great curveball. And Mikey was a freshman, and him and a curveball were like perfect strangers, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And Mikey's up the bat, and DJ LeMahieu had gotten on base. He stole second, went to third on the throw into center field. And I know Workman's going to throw Mikey curveballs. And I looked up to the big tiger in the sky, and I said, God, if you could just let this kid make a mistake one time for Mikey. And Mikey, I think I told you this. I saw that pitch coming out of the kid's hand, Workman's hand, and it just kind of popped up instead of,
Yeah.
when you throw a
He
good
had pulled the
curveball.
string.
Yeah.
And the ball popped up, and literally in that millimeter of a second, I knew he was hanging the curveball. And so I was let me set the phone down here. So I was on my knees looking, and the pitch came out of his hand, and I literally went like that, and he hung that curveball to you, and Mikey smoked a line drive up the middle, and LeMahieu scored and gave us the lead. But we still had to go out and close
Yeah.
them out in the bottom
Yeah,
of the
we did.
ninth
We
inning.
did.
Yeah.
Maddie came
Matty
out and shut the door.
And
And he
and
was
we
nice.
won.
Well, he had
Yeah.
3, didn't he pitch?
Yeah, Maddie was nails in Omaha.
Yeah.
Nails the whole year.
I coached almost 2,300 games, Mikey and Anthony, in college. That was the greatest game I've ever been associated with.
I agree.
It wasn't that. It was a phenomenal game. Back and forth, we fell behind. Remember Jared Mitchell hit the 2-run triple against
Yeah.
Austin Wood when they
Yep,
brought the lefty
yep,
in to face
yep.
him to tie the game.
That was
Then
like a
they-
commercial for like a year, that
Yeah,
clip.
right.
Remember the ESPN,
Him
the 3
popping up
commercial?
off of third
Yeah,
base,
and
the
his
chest
3,
bump.
his jersey was like the ESPN 3 thing. I was like, damn, that's so hard.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so
And
cool.
then they took the lead, and DJ hit the home run to get us within 1, and then we were still down 2 in the 9th inning, and we had 2 outs, runners on first and second, and not Workman, but the kid they brought in the 9th inning, they had a great changeup. He had just struck Hanover out on a 3-2 changeup. He threw a first pitch changeup to DJ, and of course DJ never pulled the ball, so they're playing him around this to right field, and they throw him a changeup, and DJ hooks it in the left field corner,
Yep.
which allowed Helen E to score all the way from first base and
Yep.
tie the game.
That was
Yeah,
so
it was-
fun.
that was- that
I remember
series
the adrenaline.
itself.
Yeah, the adrenaline in the dugout. Literally, I was doing the chart. I was just like, yeah, it was.
It was awesome.
Anthony wanted to pitch game 2, and I decided to hold him back and give him an extra day's rest. We ended up getting beat that game, and then
It was actually probably a good thing because Workman was
Well, not
untouchable.
Youngman.
I mean,
Youngman.
Youngman was untouchable that second
Yeah.
game.
I remember trying to tell Gruey that I was pitching that game, and I remember that story, right?
Yeah. But I went to Anthony's room and I said, look, I know you want to pitch, but you're not pitching.
Yeah.
You're not pitching tomorrow
You're going to
night.
win it for us in the third game.
I said, if a third game's necessary, it's going to be a huge lift for our team, knowing that you're going to be on the mound. And sure enough, that's what happened. And you remember when I grouped the team up after we had just got beaten game 2, right by the third base line, and everybody had their heads down because they woke up that morning thinking they were going to be national champions by the end of the day. And we lost, so they were hanging their head a little bit, and I grouped everybody up, and I said, hey, guys, if I would have told you on August 21st, the first day that we met as a team, that we would be one of 2 teams still playing, and we were going to play 1 game for the national championship, and Anthony Ranaudo was going to be our starting pitcher, would you have taken that deal if I would have given that to you?
Say, hell yeah.
I said, well, that's the situation. So I don't want to see anybody hanging your heads. I want you to get your chins up, get smiles on your face. Let's go get on the bus. We're going to play the loud music. We'll go back to the hotel, get a good night's rest. Tomorrow we're going to win our national
And then we went back to the hotel and
championship.
had a little team camaraderie stuff at the hotel.
Little ceremony.
We all met up in one room and we got
I
our.
don't think I want to hear about this, do
We
I?
did. No.
Absolutely.
We got
I
the
don't
win.
think
That's
so.
all that matters.
I don't think so. We won. That's all that matters.
We won.
I don't think
You
it's
hold
what
that
matters.
one for privacy.
That's all that matters. All right, last question. I'll let you get out of here. I know you have to throw the first pitch. What is your favorite? No, not your favorite memory of baseball, but favorite opening day. It's opening day. What's your favorite? Like, and that's you had 39 of them, so I know it's a lot to think about. But I know, does one stick out in your head that?
Well, you know, I was talking to another station, radio, earlier today, and the person, he was great. He had a list of memorable games in my coaching career, and we talked about like 20 of them, you know. And the first one was my very first game as the LSU coach in Old Alec Box Stadium. And we played St. Mary's from California that night, okay? And we didn't have much pitching on that team, but we scrambled that summer before my first year, and we went up to Cape Cod, and we recruited a kid by the name of Charlie Furbush. Charlie was at a Division III school in Maine, and he knew that he was better than that, and he had made it clear with the coach's blessing that he was going to go to Cape Cod and put himself out there to see if he could make it, because you could transfer to a Division I
Right.
school from a Division III school and be eligible immediately. So we convinced him to come to LSU, so he got opening game start. He goes out there and strikes out the side in the first inning. In the bottom of the first inning, I forget who the first 2 hitters were in our lineup. I think Mike Hollander was one of them. I don't remember who was batting second. They both get on base. Blake Dean is a true freshman. He steps up and hits a 3-run home run.
First at bat.
In his first at bat?
So in the top
That's
of the
cool.
first inning, we strike out the side. In the bottom of the first inning, 3 batters into our inning, we're
3-0.
up 3-0 with a 3-run home
Greatest
run.
coach ever.
So
Yeah, holy crap, that's not that hard.
the inning
Hall of
ends.
Famer.
The inning ends, and Skip comes into the dugout, and he comes up to me and he goes, Paulie, it doesn't get any better than this.
That's awesome. I've never heard that.
That's great. I've actually never heard that story.
That's really cool.
Well, we held on to win 4-3.
That is
And
awesome.
the rest of that season was a struggle. We fought
Right.
through it, and then, of course, laid the groundwork. Anthony was in the #1 recruiting class the next year coming in, and the foundation of that first team, along with that #1 recruiting class, and then we added a few other guys in the next recruiting class that made a little bit of contribution.
A little bit.
And that was the formula for winning that national championship in '09. So I would say, Mikey, in answer to your question, the very first one
game.
I had was probably the most memorable.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Well, Coach, I know you have to go. I know we kept you, I think, 17 minutes, but
Okay.
I appreciate
the over?
The over. We hit
The over.
Dude, we had over-under on
Yeah.
it. But we hit the over. I knew it was going to go over 15.
But you
They-
manipulated
they-
it. You
they
asked
were-
the question at the end to keep
Yeah,
it
I
going.
did.
It
They
was
were
nice. I
accusing
like
me of being long-winded. Boy, what I tell you, that's a
Hey,
unfair
I said,
reputation.
Coach said he, Coach
Let me
said
tell
he,
you a story about being long-winded.
Hold on. Let me tell you.
let me tell you, you know what, someone used to tell me, let me tell you about this story. Coach said he's coming for 15 minutes, and I told the guys, like, listen, Coach said he has 15 minutes. I was like, he says 15, I don't know, it could be 30, I don't know how long it's going to be.
I was like, but then we knew he had to throw out the first pitch.
Yeah,
like,
but then
so
we knew
gotta
we had-
loosen
we had-
up, make sure you're
Can't
loose.
be late.
everything.
He had a
Can't be
heart
late.
out. He had a
My
heart
son
out.
Tommy has already warmed me up today, so I
There
don't
we
have to
go.
warm up on the
There we
field.
go.
Cutter, first pitch.
No, but I can't tell how many text messages I received this morning where everybody's putting the pressure on me to go all the way to the slab.
Oh no! Right in front of
Coach.
right in front of the dirt, Coach. Right in front of the dirt. You don't want to get the shoes. You don't want to get the shoes dirty.
See,
I got it.
Mikey's thinking right, but see, Anthony's putting pressure on me. He's telling me to go to the.
I just want to stir the pot. I'm just stirring the pot. That's it.
Don't fall into peer pressure.
Everybody's
Coach.
telling me I'm going to get booed if I don't throw from the rubber.
No. You're gonna get a standing. You're gonna get a standing O.
I'm going to the rubber, okay?
That's
Let's
it.
go.
That's it.
And
I love that.
I told Jay's whining about a bad knee, and he said he's going to catch a first pitch, you know? And he's whining to me about a bad knee. He says, I have trouble squatting. I said, I don't care. Just stand up. Just set your target right on the belt buckle, and I'll hit it there.
I love it. I love it. Really cool. Coach, thank you so much for coming on here. It was so much fun. I'm looking forward to watching you throw out the first pitch. I wish I was going to be there in person. I'm not. I'm going to be there tomorrow. But we'll play some golf. You can kick my ass on the golf course.
You're my boy, Mikey.
All right,
I love
thanks,
you. I
Coach.
love you, Anthony.
Love you too.
Bring the snake.
Love you too.
Yeah,
I'll bring the snake.
The only reason I was able to hang in for 15 years as the coach at LSU is because of players like these two guys.
I appreciate that.
In 15 years, I never pitched one ball. I never hit one ball. I never fielded one ball. I never ran the bases one time. They evaluate you as a coach because of the efforts of these guys. And fortunately, I had terrific kids for 15 years.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you,
Happy
Coach.
to-
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Round of applause for Coach. Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.